So guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Ian West Network, and today we're going to talk about the Sanag S6S True Wireless Earbuds. And you can actually find these online for about $73. But what I will also say is if you use the discount links and things like that in the description, the price is dramatically different depending on which platform you get this headset on. I've seen it as low as $30-something, so I'll just leave it like that. Now, with that being said, the codecs is SBC AAC for those that need to know this. There is no LDAC. Battery life is 7.5 hours for the headphones themselves, and then a total of 38 in the case if you include the battery life with the actual buds. They do come in black, blue, and purple. So it does come in many different colors for the person that's interested in that. They're a little flexible, if I'm being completely honest here, but they might be a little tight on a person that has bigger earlobes. Smaller earlobes to medium size work very well with this. But if you decide to slide them up and down your ear, you could get a little discomfort. That's how my wife felt about that, but we'll talk about that in another section of the video. On top of that, they are IPX4 and they are Bluetooth 5.3. Now, here's the weird part. For whatever reason, none of this information like battery life and IP rating is actually on the box or in the description in the instructions whatsoever. I don't know why they didn't add that to the box, but I did have to do a little bit of research, use them myself, and then figure out what the battery life actually is. In addition to that, there's no multi-point, there is no in-ear detection. So, you know, if in-ear detection is you put it in your ears, it'll register, you take it off, it disconnects. So not a big deal. You just put them back in the case and they'll power down automatically. They are USB-C on the bottom right here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you what comes inside the box. This right here is the cable for the USB-C. It's a pretty short travel cable. So if you don't want anything this small, just use your regular USB-C you use for your charging your phone and you should be fine. It also comes with these cards right here and instructions. I'll get to the instructions in a moment. Here's the card right here. Now, if you scan this, this will actually take you to the Android or iOS application so that you can download and customize your headset and pretty much go from there. Then, of course, we do have the physical instructions right here, which I'm going to go over in the next section, just kind of show you that it doesn't actually give you all the information necessary to talk about this particular headset. And it does give you English too, so I'm going to show you that in a second. But outside of that, like I said before, I like the way the case looks. I'm not sure if this is like a matte, but it's plastic. You can definitely tell this is plastic. If you shake it, I'm not going to say it's solid enough where if it falls to the ground, it's not going to just pop open right away. Unfortunately, I don't think they make any cases for this, which isn't a big deal, to be honest with you. And it does have the little symbol right here that'll let you know left side, and then the other one will say right side right here. And of course, they are a little flexible. Now, when it comes to fit and feel, which I'm going to go over another section again, they are a little tight on the ear depending on the size of your ear, so that could be a problem for some people, but I'll show you that in a little bit. So with that being said, let me cue the intro and let's get right into this video. So syncing the buds is going to be very, very simple. Just open up the case. We're going to take both buds out of the case right here and just lay them down. Close that up. I'm going to give it a couple seconds to communicate with one another, the left and the right side, to make sure that they're paired. And then what we're going to do here is pretty much go to the settings of this tablet. Let's see, go to Bluetooth right here. Don't mind the smudges. I know there's a lot of people that complain about that. Pair new device. And Sanag, I think I said it correctly, S6S popped up. So as soon as you tap that, you're going to want to hit the one that looks like a headphone symbol. And you just press pair. And boom, we are paired. It's that simple and it's that easy. Now, for the people out there wondering, hey, let's say I want to give this headset to somebody else. What you're going to want to do is hit the cog wheel or, you know, whatever device you're using and press forget. If you do that, it'll disconnect the headset. So when you place it back inside the case, let me show you real fast. Boom, back inside the case. We're going to take them back out now. Give it a couple seconds like we talked about before. And I'm going to hit pair new. And it pops right back up. Remember, these don't have multi-point, so that is how you can use them and give them to somebody else. The secondary method is if you aren't in the area, the headset won't have anything to connect to, so it'll automatically put itself back in pair mode. So just kind of keep that in mind. So once you download the application itself, all you have to do is put your email in, it'll send you a verification code, and that'll be your login to the Sanag app. Right here, it'll say my devices. You click add device, and then this pops up. Now, this is all the settings that you see right here. You have the left side, right side, it'll let you know the battery life based on number and percentage when you use the app itself. Key operations right here, you have double clicks and triple clicks. Those are the two things that they allow you to switch around. Normally, I was going to show you guys the instruction manual itself, but I figured by going into the application, this actually does things a little bit differently, and it's more precise than what I was going to show you initially. So for the left side, you have pause and play. You could change what that does. Triple taps, you have that too. So double taps and triple clicks, I'm stuttering. Double clicks and triple clicks is what you're allowed to actually edit on the left and the right side that you see right here. We do have a dedicated gaming mode, which would be good for the person that wants to play some form of mobile gaming. If you're using this for your Nintendo Switch, your Steam Deck, and other things, it will work with that just fine. I didn't really have a lag and stuttering whatsoever whenever I used it, but just keep in mind that if you're expecting to be like fully immersed in like Call of Duty, hear footsteps and things like that, there's only so much the earbuds can do. You'll hear it, but because of all the gunshots and all the noises, it might be a little bit hard to differentiate where the person is coming from if you're that enveloped in a game. But it does have a gaming mode, and I will say that the connectivity issues, I faced none of them when using the gaming mode, so that's a plus. Right here, here's the EQ settings. This is very, very important. I have it on ultrasonic pop. The reason I have it on that is because when it comes to quality of music, vocals, music, and things like that, it just sounds way better with ultrasonic pop than any of these other settings here. When you initially get it, it's going to be on SSQVP stereo. Sounds like straight garbage in my opinion. Switch it over to ultrasonic pop. It's going to sound a lot more balanced with the different genres of music that you listen to. I'll talk about that in a later section, but I'm just letting you know right now, right off the bat, you want to switch it over to this one. Now, lastly, you do have a smart AI feature in Me at the bottom. If you click on Me, you have VIP rights. You have an option for voice wake up. You do have to set that up yourself. You can change the language to what you want. Of course, I already use English, so I'm good to go. You have account security if you decide to delete your account or log out of it. To be honest, there's really nothing to secure because it didn't require a password to sign in. It just required a 6-digit PIN from my personal email, and I was able to get into it. So it didn't seem like you set your personal password. So I don't really see the point of deleting it. But, you know, teach your own. It's up to you what you want to do. You also have this smart AI feature, which apparently it has drawing tools, draw with images, popular tools right here. It's like the headset is trying to get you to get into more features, AI and things that the app actually allows. And of course, they have their own little specialized AI right here. It's called Galaxy AI, the Sanag. You can talk to it, you can speak to it, and it'll like search things up for you and stuff like that. So it's a nice little cool feature, which I'm very surprised about. Most headsets don't really add features like this. Granted, if you have an iPhone or a Samsung or something that already has AI like Google, you're not going to necessarily need this app. But for the person out there that may not have those features, you can use this, and you know it works similarly. I can't say the word. I apologize. To some of those other applications that I'm talking about. But with that being said, this is basically the full customization for the app. So there you go. Let's move on. So I want to show you guys how to actually put this headset on. You have this side right here. You just place them inside the ear, and you're going to want to put them at the lower part of your ear like so. If you have them higher up here, what happens is the inside of your ear will get very, very sore if you put it right here over time. Now, again, it really depends on how you want to wear it, but most bone conduction, most ear clip headphones, you normally just place them down right here, like a little sweet spot, and then you can move around. You should have no problem. These actually stay still. So for me, I don't have any issues with soreness within the first like 2-3 hours, but I do notice that occasionally, depending on how I move, it feels like it pinches, or if my ear touches something, I scratch my face and I touch my ear and I move it, you can feel a little bit soreness. These are really meant to sit in the same spot. Now, my wife did use these personally, and she felt like they were secure, but she also felt like, you know, you feel this in the back of your ear. Like it's always right here pressing against it kind of. And again, that could be irritating for some people. But what I will say is if you're jogging, if you're running, if you're exercising, I never had an issue with these slipping off at all. They always stay in the same spot, just like advertised. They're small, open clip headphones, much smaller than some other pairs that I've had in the past. And they don't move at all. They're very, very snug. But because of that snugness, you can feel some discomfort depending on your ear size. So it's more so give and take. So just kind of try them out and see how you feel about that if you're interested. But let's move on to the next section. So if we're just talking about the quality of the music, the first thing you're going to want to do is download the application. It's a necessity. Switch it over to ultrasonic, the equalizer setting, and then you'll probably have a substantially better experience like I did. Initially, when I first unboxed these and I used them, I was like trash when it comes to music. But when I changed that equalizer to ultrasonic, I was like, oh, this sounds dramatically better. That should have been the default setting for these earbuds. Y'all really fumbled the ball with that, to be honest, but let me explain. So the bass is pretty average, in my opinion. It is not like booming bass or anything like that. They are ear clips, so kind of keep that in mind. Not many headsets have that booming bass, and the ones that do that are clips cost substantially more than this one. The vocals were clear enough. The backgrounds, the instruments were pretty clear and pronounced for the most part, but you can definitely tell that it's not like a hi-fi sound. It's not a extremely high quality. Kind of like, how do I word this? Back in the day, Kobe made headphones, right? Now, when you compare Kobe to what was that company? Sony, it's not a comparison. But if you're buying Kobe headphones and you're like, I just need something good enough, I'm not looking for the highest end quality, I just want it to work, I want a decent battery life, things like that, then they perform admirably for what they did. I think that the Sanags right here are similar to that. So if you're buying them for $73.99, you're getting ripped off. But if you're buying them for the cheaper price tag that Amazon and other brands are selling, I'm not other brands, but other outlets are selling it for, then I would think that it's more so reasonably priced in that regard. Of course, there's so many brands out there that will outperform this around that price tag that I'm like, you might want to shop around and look at other reviews and decide whether this is going to be for you. But for the person that did order this and actually likes this product, I'm not hating on you, like whatever it is that you like. But make sure you change the equalizer setting to that ultrasonic. It's going to sound substantially better and you'll think before it. As a matter of fact, anyone that has these, go in the comments and let me know how you think about the equalizer setting. Because it doesn't have a custom EQ, which is a big mistake. You guys should have had a custom EQ, and that would have made a huge difference with the quality of these buds because they're capable of playing better sound. Y'all just didn't give that opportunity to the actual customer to customize it the way that they want to. Y'all fumbled on that one. So hopefully you watch this review and learn from your mistakes. But outside of that, average sound. So this right here is going to be a sound sample of the Sanag S6S headset. I'm in a fairly quiet area, basically a hallway, just walking and talking to you guys right now. If you're outside, you're going to hear a lot of the background noise. I wanted to just kind of give you how it's going to be if you're just speaking in an office building or a quiet location, because a lot of people tend to have their conversations in more secluded areas. So if this sounds good to you, then understand that this headset probably will work for you in terms of sound. So let's go over everything real fast before I just give you my quick synopsis of how I feel about this. 7.5 hours in battery life is actually pretty good. 38 total with the case. You can use left ear or right ear by itself. You do have app customization. It's not that in-depth, but it does exist. You have a dedicated gaming mode, which is completely optional to use. Like I said earlier in this video, my suggestion is to put the equalizer on ultrasonic because it's going to make the headset sound exceptionally better. It's not even comparable to the rest of the equalizers. It's just way better, just right off the bat, in my personal opinion. Try it out for yourself. You do have IPX4, so if you go to the gym, jogging, you're in elements, you should be okay. The microphones are pretty average, nothing to really write home about. If you're in a windy area or something, you're not going to really be able to hear you, but if you're in a more so quiet location, then talking to the other person should not be an issue for you. Granted, they're not high-end microphones, but they still do work. So when you look at the total package, I'm going to say that this is not a bad headset at all. Now, here's the problem. If you go to the Sanag website, it says $73.99. That's way too overpriced. But if you use the links in the description, or you look at other links online, if you just go on Amazon or Temu or different things, these headphones are normally sold between $29 to $40. And that to me is more of a respectable range for something of this level of quality. Now, I'll just leave it at that. Now, of course, there are other buds that range between $40 to $50 and stuff that you'll find that may outperform this one. My suggestion is to watch this video, watch other people's videos. They may be more in depth with certain settings and things like that to kind of, convince you to buy these. But personally, they're not the worst headset, far from it. but I think it's just all around average across the board. There's really nothing that it excels in. And I don't really consider that a bad thing when it comes to using headphones. But when you're trying to sell a product to a customer, you got to kind of stand out. And I feel like they fell short in certain areas. But outside of that, this is the review. Like and subscribe like always. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care. Peace.